Well, hello family and friends. I am so excited to share a very special project that we are going to embark on. And we're going to break it up into 2 different videos because it's going to be a very lengthy process. My dad, decades ago, gave me this basket of goose eggs, and he even took the time to blow them all out for me. And he knew how I loved doing crafts, and he knew that someday I would do something with these. And he did pass away in 1999. So I've been hanging on to these for a very long time. She can attest to that.
This basket's always been with us. Everywhere we've gone.
So anyhow, I have been intrigued with these Ukrainian eggs. They're called Pysanky, and I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. But with what's going on in Europe and the Ukraine people being attacked unnecessarily, this really became heavy on my heart, and I bought a kit. Actually, I bought the kit maybe in October of last year, but with what's going on, I thought now is the time to do it. And there's a whole tradition and a history behind these eggs. And as I will be decorating the egg, I will be praying for all the Ukrainian people and that they will overcome what is going on in their country unnecessarily at this point. But my daughter and Tobie have a friend, Christina O, who is also Ukrainian. And when her grandmother passed, she had shared with me that she didn't get a Pysanky egg. She got lovely embroidery and other things. So when I finish this egg, I'm going to give it to her as a gift. And it was pretty exciting because I did get this book and learned about the history of the designs and the color, what they all mean. There's such symbolism and there's stories to every one of these. But because this is going to be my first one and there's a lot to learn, I'm sure I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to start with a pattern that's out of this book for beginners. And they give you an actual design, and I hope you can see this, but this is what I'm going to make for Christina and give it to her as a gift just before Easter, and be praying for her and her family as well. So, you guys have anything you want to add to that?
Like Lonnie said, there is quite a bit of history, and the process of waxing and dyeing these eggs, it does take a couple days. I believe it was in this book, we read a quick story about, I think it took them,
They would do these during Lent, and they would
right.
do about 60 eggs, and then they would be given as gifts to various people, whether it be the priest and family members and
right.
There's
Or the children. So I'm just gonna kind of show you guys a couple pages in this book of the different designs that you can do.
They're beautiful.
Amazing.
Some are incredibly intricate, and so again, that's why Lonnie's going to start with something a little more simple. But as you can see, this is a very historical craft, and so I'm excited for Lonnie to try it because I don't have the patience for it. So I'm glad she's going to do it.
Well, and I am planning a trip to Europe during this year, and I was so looking forward because I like to try cuisine of the area that I'm in, but I also like to explore the craft and some of the art history of whatever country I'm going to be going to. And I am extremely disappointed that I won't be able to do that, but
yes, because we want her to be safe.
Yeah. So anyhow, to you, if you're in the Ukraine and you happen to see this video, just know that we are in support of you and are praying for peace in your country, that it cannot be easy for you right now.
Stop. You're gonna make me cry.
Well, yeah. Anyhow,
That's
we live in the
reality.
U.S. and we are fortunate that we don't deal with some of the issues that you deal with in other countries. But our hearts go out to you. So that having been said, we're going to now start into drawing the pattern on the egg, and I will share that with you. And like I said, I'll get it started, but this will be broken down into 2 separate videos.
So yes, please join us and Lonnie in the beginning part of this, where she'll be drawing a pattern.
I'll be drawing the pattern.
Onto
the egg.
We forgot to talk about the tools. Why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Okay, well, this is called a kiska. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but you have a candle here.
Don't break the egg.
And what you do is you would heat up this part of the brass kiska, and then you would scoop your wax in there, warm the tip end, and then you would take your egg, and you'd follow whatever you want to remain white. You would follow those lines, and after you get that done, then you would dip it in whatever color. You start with the light color first, so it would be yellow, and then you cover whatever you want to remain yellow. And this actually will go through the process and share the design I will be using. And all these black lines and black dots are the wax, and they dipped it in yellow, and then they did the outline that they wanted to remain yellow, and then they dipped it in green, and then they filled in with wax what they wanted to remain, and then they dipped it in the orange, and it's just a lengthy process. So as we go along, I'll go into more detail.
And there is 2 sizes, which you're not going to be able to see with your naked eye, but this one is a lot smaller than this one. So, I don't know if you can.
Bigger, yeah. But
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. So they do come in different sizes. Some are larger, so you can fill in more areas a little more quickly. And anyhow, and then you've got your different die packets, which is different than the Easter egg dies that we get for using with children. These are, I think they call it an acidic dye.
Do not add vinegar.
Well, on this one, on the orange, on several of the others, you will add vinegar. Vinegar and warm water, and you have to follow the directions on these, because some will require vinegar and some will not. And you'll want to use distilled water, not tap water, and it needs to be hot. But anyhow, as I start going through the process, I'll explain all this to you, and we'll get it done hopefully in 2 videos, if not maybe 3. But
Learning process.
it will be a learning process. So
Just so many and so cool. Oh my gosh, look at these. These are really neat. I love these ones.
yeah, it's beautiful and overwhelming.
Those look more like Native American to me in pattern, but that's really amazing.
Well, the reindeer from the Ukrainian countries.
It's just wonderful.
Well, and they're very much into nature, and anyway. So we're gonna stop here, and we'll come back, and I'll show you how I go about drawing on the pattern with just a regular pencil, and then how I start by using the kiska to get the wax on the egg to begin the actual design of what I want to remain white. That's it.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really cool thing to learn about. And we've already learned a lot, and we haven't even touched an egg. So
I have, keeping her from breaking it.
very true.
All right. We'll be back shortly. Hello, everyone. I'm back. So now I'm going to start drawing out the pattern on the egg. And you actually start by dividing it into 8 sections. So I'm going to go around the middle and then around each side. And let's see what happens here. So now I'm going to go to either side of this center line here. And now I need to go to either side of this line. So now what I need to do is draw a circle to create. Okay, so I've got my circle. Might be off just a little bit, and I need to do the same thing on the back side. Okay, so I've got my circle on the back and on the front. Now I have to prepare for the starburst, and they have you draw one line in the center and then out each side. That's how you begin. Trying to figure out how to get a good image so you can see it. I'm not consistent, but I'm getting there. I'm doing it. So we're going to do the same thing on the back side. And this is where I will now start applying the wax. I will need to plug these holes, and they do show using some wax because you don't want your dyes to get inside. So I just finished my first wax line, and it's not very consistent, but we'll see how it turns out. So now I'm going to do the next line, which will be going around the center. So let me get wax scooped up in here. Now we're going to be going around the middle. Ooh. Let's see how consistent I can be and straight. I think that that's where I'm going to end. So where all this wax is, it will remain white. The next step, we're going to start dyeing and applying the wax. So just learning, and my lines are not straight, and my wax is not even. But this is where we're at. Okay, so next week I'll show you the whole process of getting it all dyed and colored and finished, and until next time, I hope you enjoyed this portion of it. So make it a gorgeous day every day. Bye.